Sports Talk World, how's it going today? It's Terrence McCoy here. I hope everybody had a nice, lovely Christmas. Thank you for the lights, family. Not everybody can see me shine much brighter. Week 17. Around this time, teams are resting players. Get ready for the playoffs, but this year is not the case. There are teams still fighting to get in. Some teams still fighting to clinch. There's a lot riding on this Week 17 week. Look at the playoff picture for the AFC first. You got the Chiefs number 1, the Patriots number 2, Houston Texans number 3, the Ravens bumped up to number 4. The wild card, you got the Colts and the Chargers. And in the hunt, you got the Titans and Steeler Nation. You still have a chance, so there's still hope for y'all. For the NFC, the Saints are number 1, Rams number 2, the Bears are number 3, the Cowboys are number 4. In the wild card, we're looking at the Seahawks and the Vikings, and the Eagles are still in the hunt. Week 17 is going to determine everything. If you would tell me that the Baltimore Ravens would be in division leader right now, going into Week 17, and have a chance to clinch it, to go to the playoffs, if you told me that at the beginning of the year, I'll look at you like you were crazy. And of course, it's against Cleveland. I'm telling you, whoever made this schedule knew what they were doing. Because it's like deja vu. Last year, we had a chance. They had a chance against it, and they had to play a division rival at home. And look at it again this year. They have a chance, and it's against a division rival and back in the house. So whoever made the schedule must be psychic, because it's like deja vu. Like I said, the last meeting was in Cleveland, and the Browns won 12-9. Of course, a lot has changed since then. Quarterback changed for the Ravens. No Joe Flacco, no Alex Collins. So we look at some new faces, and a lot has improved in that Ravens offense since the last meeting with the Browns. Since Lamar Jackson has been under center, they've averaged 219 yards on the ground, in which I've said that will have to improve. The rushing will have to improve for the Ravens for them to go far in this year. I mean, Joe wasn't having a bad year, but again, they was too inconsistent and too predictable. I mean, with Joe in the game, you know he's not going to run. So, and the run game was horrible when Joe was in the game and Collins was in the game. So, he had to rely on Joe's arm. The Browns have averaged 391 yards of offense per game this last 6 weeks, and that is 6th in the NFL. And the Ravens on defense have given up 253 yards per game, and that's 6th in the NFL. And that's through that 6-week span. And yeah, that's number 1 in the league. So that's why the Ravens are number 1 defense, because they hold you. Like, they won't let you score on them. And they do best. But if we flip it, the Ravens are averaging only 339 yards, and that's 23rd. That is kind of a problem. Well, that's not kind of, that is a problem. But we all know why that is, because we rely on a run game. And if it's not broke, don't fix it. And the last couple yards, come from Lamar Jackson and his throwing. It's not what how can I put it? It's what I expected. I mean, I wasn't expecting him to tear defenses with his arm. So it's kind of what I expected. I'm not surprised by it. I knew the passing yards would go down when Joe left, so it shouldn't be a surprise. Whereas in Cleveland, they only allowed 335 yards, and that's 9th in the league. Again, during the 6-week span, that would be 9th in the league. For the Ravens to beat Cleveland, I'm going to say offense, you know why you got there. You know what you're best at right now. So if it's not broke, don't fix it. You gotta, I would say, spread. Attack with the rush and do what you could do in the air. But Lamar, I'll say you have to do just a little bit more. I mean, you have not thrown for over 204 yards yet since you've been on the center. And Baker Mayfield, he does that in his sleep. So you have to do just a little bit more, I would say. In defense, what you did against the Chargers, which I'm pretty sure nobody expected. I mean, if you saw NFL Network, nobody had them winning. And I didn't either. Keep that same energy. If you saw that game, they got to Phillip Rivers. They committed turnovers. That was the one key thing that I would sleep on the Ravens defense with the secondary. They got to Phillip Rivers. I always say the key to beat Phillip Rivers was getting his head. Hit him. Let him get his little temper tantrums, and he'll start making mistakes. And look, he got turnovers, and they won the game. The offense was the Chargers' offense couldn't do nothing with the Ravens' defense. They only got that touchdown over that ticky tack fumble. So defense, no one in the league. Keep that same energy, and show Cleveland why you're no one in the league, and just keep that same energy. For the Browns to beat the Ravens, like I said, Baker Mayfield is playing like he does not care, and I mean that very dangerously. Like, they have nothing to play for. They actually hold either the Steelers or the Ravens playoff hopes in their hands, so it's really up to them who goes and who doesn't go. So I'm not going to say they're going to determine their game of who they think they're going to go, because I know they want to spoil Baltimore's season in Baltimore. So they're coming for blood. Like, they're gonna come. Keep doing what you're doing, Cleveland. I see no faults since Hugh Jackson left, which I said once Hugh Jackson leaves, Baker Mayfield will be left at least. He was second in quarterback rating behind Drew Brees at a point. So this Baker Mayfield is dangerous. It's like they needed Hugh Jackson to leave, which I said again, that's going to happen. But Hugh Jackson leaving was that extra push for Cleveland. Like I said, they're ending seasons. So on defensive side of Cleveland, make Lamar beat you in the air. I mean, if you let him run, you might as well forget it, because you're not catching him. So get to him, you gotta hit him, and contain Gus Edwards. Gus Edwards became active on October 13th, and he's lit the Ravens' run game. They were 27th in rushing. Now they're ranked 11th. So you see the improvement in a rush game since Joe and Collins went down. I'm sorry to say, but that's kind of the best thing that happened to the Ravens was Joe and Collins going down, because their run game just skyrocketed since they went down. But Cleveland, you're going to have to try to contain that rush. Like I said, Lamar's not the type of quarterback yet. I do think he can develop, but right now, I don't think he's that quarterback that's going to beat you in the air. So you got to make him uncomfortable. And for Baker, I want to say I don't think the secondary for the Ravens can do that same performance again. I'll be shocked if they do, because I've always been against our secondary. But I'll see, keep protecting them in the air. I mean, Marlon Humphrey, yeah, he's been improving, but I still have my doubts on Carr and Eric Weddle. I have my doubts with them, so I would test that and see if they keep that same energy or not. But hey, it's gonna be a good one. They flexed it to 4:15, and I'm pretty sure I know everybody's gonna be watching that game. Look at it. Another game everybody's gonna be watching: the Titans and the Colts. Who gets the division if Texans lose to the Jaguars? If the Texans lose to the Jaguars, it's going to be either the Titans or the Colts get the division. But if Houston wins, it's either going to be the Titans or the Colts that just gets in. So a lot's right on week 17, ladies and gentlemen. The Titans are 5-0 when Derrick Henry carries the ball 15 times or more. I'll say that because keeping the ball Marcus Mariota hands, which he's injured, he promises to play. If he's not able to play, I see no hope for the Tennessee Titans, because I was never a fan of that offense. It's just their defense. I mean, they're not top 3 defense, but you still cannot sleep on the Tennessee Titans defense. They're 2nd in points allowed, 7th in yards allowed. They're 6th in passing yards allowed, and 14 in rushing yards allowed. So that Titans defense, you can't sleep on them. But I think I know that Titans defense is going to have to do more. And by more, I mean get in the end zone to beat the Colts. What can you say, for the Colts to beat the Titans? I mean, they're one of the most dangerous teams in the AFC, and honestly, nobody wants to play the Colts. Luck threw for Luck threw 297 yards in the last meeting and 3 touchdowns. The man's completing almost 80% of his passes. So if I'm the Titans defense, it's simple. Get to Andrew Luck. I mean, I know that's easier said than done because that line definitely improved. But to come away with this victory, you're gonna have to get to Andrew Luck. And you're not gonna win without the ball. The Colts controlled time possession for 31 minutes. How can you win if you don't have the ball? So it's simple. Get to Andrew Luck, commit turnovers. You've been committing turnovers the last couple of weeks to seal the game. So it's simple. If Marcus Mariota is playing, I'll say, hey, do what you can do, and rally behind that Titans defense. Because, like I said, I'm not a fan of that Titans offense, but that defense, I won't sleep on them. All right, we're gonna flip to the NFC. The Seahawks will clinch the 5th seed with a win or Vikings loss. The Vikings will clinch with an Eagles loss. Only chance Philly will make it to the playoffs is if the Vikings lose. Honestly, if I'm the Eagles, you might as well say you're going to the playoffs. Vikings playing the Bears. The Bears not resting nobody. So, there's really none of us can really speak on that. So, I say I see the Vikings. I don't see them clinching, playing the Bears. I don't see them resting nobody because they're trying to get number 2 seed. So everybody still has something to play for, and the Bears still have something to play for, and the Vikings, are very inconsistent. So I don't see the Vikings beating the Bears. Like I said, Philly can only make it if the Vikings lose. I see that happening. So I don't see Vikings getting in. I see the Seahawks getting in. I think I called that in the beginning that Seahawks was getting in anyway. So the NFC have more. More teams clinching in the NFC than the AFC. I think that's why the AFC is still very, very up for grabs. The NFC are just fighting for home field advantages, and more teams already clinched in the NFC than the AFC. So I think that's the most important part in the NFC right now. And it's about Seahawks are playing the Cardinals, so Seahawks are getting in. Easy, very easy. All right, so I got some. Of course, I don't have a phone, so I can't get a call in. But I've been getting some text messages from people that wants me to answer some questions. So here you go. All right, go to this first text message. Did Lamar Jackson save John Harbaugh's job? I want to say yeah. Yes, and kind of, sort of. I'm saying kind of, sort of because I didn't say that Harbaugh and Joe were both leaving. Actually, I kind of did say that. But anyway, I would have been shocked if both of them left. I mean, you saw what happened when Lamar came in the game, started winning. Offense got more exciting to watch. Run game improved. Lamar can be developed. And if you get rid of John Harbaugh, if you look around, who else is out there to coach? I mean, not saying like that. I mean, who's better than John Harbaugh at this point? That's out there. I mean, there's really nobody that I see that I don't mind bringing in. So, I'll say Lamar saved the season for the Ravens. That's how I'm going to put it. He saved everybody. All right, go to this next question. Should the Cowboys fire Scott Linehan? Honestly, I don't think he trusts Dak yet. I mean, he has Amari Cooper. They snapped the division. I called that once Alex Smith went down. But I don't think the chemistry between Dak and him is there. And his play calling is never know what his play calling is gonna be. He finally gave Zeke the ball. But I'm not saying Dak attack. Because I see Dak is still getting hit one. And I would like to see him throw the ball more. I mean, it's like he's not trusting his arm. I don't know the reason for that. I mean, I'll say, well, yeah, I will say yes, fire him, but the Cowboys clinched the division, which means they're going to the playoffs, which means Jason Garrett's coming back and probably Scott Linehan. So, in my opinion, yes, they should get fired, but will they? No, they will not. You know how Jerry Jones is. Alright, I'm sorry, my phone loud. I'm going to the next question. The Steelers meltdown. The Steelers are so inconsistent this year. I had this conversation with a friend of mine at the bar that you don't know what you're going to get from the Steelers. They don't know if they want to be good, if they want to be average. They had the game against the Saints, but now I will say there were some ticky-tack calls. I mean, that pass interference call, you cannot throw that flag on both of them. You can't do that. One, I didn't see anything that will result to a flag. But that call to go for it on 4th and 5, I believe, on the 50. I mean, bro, it's 4th and 5. You're on the 50. They got a guy named Drew Brees over there. What are you doing? I'm not against being aggressive, but if you're gonna go for it, don't run a fake punt, bro. You got Ben Roethlisberger, Juju Smith-Schuster, and Antonio Brown. They couldn't stop them all game. So what was the point of a fake punt? That pretty much sealed the deal for that Saints and Steelers game. So I'd say the Steelers meltdown just come from bad decisions from Mike Tomlin. I mean, it's not a meltdown, it's just bad decisions. So, but their season's still alive. They just need, their season's still alive. They just need Cleveland's help. But this again, you just don't know what you can get from the Steelers. I'm sorry, I can't give you an answer. Like, one minute they're hot, then next minute they're average. And again, don't want to hit nothing about Bell. If Bell was there, they would have won. Like, no, because they was pretty much dominating the Saints. I mean, they couldn't stop Juju and AB. So I think Steelers just always shoot themselves in the foot. I won't call it a meltdown. They just shoot themselves in the foot. All right, the Saints in the number 1 seed. Saints are dangerous. They are. I did say that there's a formula to beat them, and there kind of is. That secondary sucks, but their offense, you can't stop that offense. Nobody, like Isaiah said last time he was here, and like I said, nobody wants to go to the Dome. They clinched first round bye. Saints are going to be very dangerous. So yeah, they're going to be dangerous. Yeah. Are the Chiefs in trouble? I'll say yes, they are. When we was talking about the playoffs, I said it has to be a ground and pound. I mean, don't get me wrong, Patrick Mahomes is phenomenal. He does his thing in the air, but at the same time, if you don't have a run game, you're going to be one-sided. And you don't want to be one-sided in the playoffs. I mean, defense travel, but offense don't. No, I think, but the Chiefs can lock up first the home field. So, but either that, without Kareem Hunt, I think that was a big loss because you see the difference between the Chiefs with Kareem Hunt and without Kareem Hunt, because the run game isn't there. So I do say the Chiefs are kind of in trouble. All right, next question: is Lamar Jackson playoff ready? Is Lamar Jackson playoff ready? I think Lamar would just do what he's been doing. I won't say he's playoff ready. Honestly, I didn't think he would have been regular season ready, honestly. But defense travels, like I said. So I think Lamar would do just enough. Just do just enough. Just kill the clock. have time possession, keep your defense on the sidelines as long as possible, convert on third downs, keep the ball moving, which controls the clock, and score. Now you have to score. I didn't bring this up when I talked about the Ravens and Browns game. Another key thing for I did see when the Ravens are in the end zone, they have to score touchdowns. I mean, against the Chargers, the game should have been at least 21-0 going to the second half. Cause defense dominated the Chargers, yes. And the offense dominated Chargers defense, yes. But we got in the red zone. You didn't see no points. You saw Justin Tucker. So you gotta score points and to win, and to go to the playoffs. Like you just gotta score points. Carson Wentz or Nick Foles? If Nick Foles is not Nick Foles, if Carson Wentz is healthy, would you start Carson Wentz? Of course not. I mean, come on. Like the Ravens and the Colts. Nobody wants to see them. Nobody wants to see the Eagles, honestly. I mean, they have Philly specials over there. I'm sorry if the Eagles make it to the playoffs and somebody got to see Nick Foles. I'm not gonna say they're gonna go to the Super Bowl again, but somebody might go home. I'm just gonna call it as it is. I know I've been saying that they're decimated with injuries, but Nick Foles is winning with the same exact squad Carson Wentz was playing with, and Nick Foles is making it work. He beat 2 playoff teams. He beat the Rams in LA, and he beat Houston. Even though they was home, Eagles wasn't that good at home this year. And he led a 98-yard drive to beat Houston. So I'm leaving Carson Wentz on the bench. I'm sorry, but this guy got me a Super Bowl last year, and he's about to get me back to the playoffs. I'm looking at Carson Wentz like, do I even need this fella? I mean, yeah, you might want to they're going to keep both of them, but I'm like, this Nick Foles guy, it may happen again. I'm sorry. But that's all the questions I have. And like I said, this is going to be a very, very exciting Week 17. Like, don't want to miss it. I mean, this is the most exciting I've been in the end of football that I've been in a while. So, Sports Talk World, I appreciate you for joining me today. Terrence McCoy, and I'll see you again.